Add to my desktop and add to favorites. And Burp Suite. So what Burp is a web proxy. Burp acts as a proxy and will be a man in the middle for your HTTP traffic. And besides being a man in the middle, it's going to capture that traffic and allow you to alter it and update it and send what you want. Close. Next. And so I'm just going to set these defaults and click Start Burp. And let me record this.
I started it.
Okay. All right. Now, first thing what you need to do before you need to go and start up your Firefox, or in the new one it's just called web browser, but it's Firefox. And go to Preferences. And in Preferences, you can search for proxy. That'll bring you to this network settings, click settings, and you're going to set up manual proxy configuration. Go back to Burp Suite, and here is a tab. There's a tab for these different functions that Burp can perform, and you're going to go to proxy. Go to options, and here is the default IP and port that it's going to be listening on. So 127.0.0.1 on port 8080. And so we're going to use that information in Firefox to set up our proxy. So we'll go manual proxy, HTTP proxy, and we'll put in that 127.0.0.1 and the port of 8080. And let's do that. Do that, and then we'll say, get out of the way. Okay. And so now with that done, all of my, let me turn on the proxy. Turn on intercept is on. So intercept is off, intercept is on. So now this means now my proxy is intercepting communication over HTTP. So now when I go to any site, so if I try to go to google.com, you see how it popped up. If I go back to my browser, I'm still getting that waiting. And in here in Burp Suite, here is the actual HTTP request. So remember how we've been talking about what HTTP requests look like behind the scenes? And this is exactly what my browser said, right? Get / blah, blah, blah. Here are the rest of the HTTP headers. Now from here, if I didn't want to send this, I could just drop this and it wouldn't be sent on. It wouldn't be forwarded on to the final host. So essentially right now, my browser talks to Burp, and then my Burp talks to whoever my browser requested. And then vice versa, when that response is coming back, Burp is in the middle. So now here I can forward this on. And if I forward it, well, like I said, there's more than one request. So we're getting all these forwards, forward.
And you need a I was going to say a certificate, but I guess not.
Yeah. And so after forwarding all the requests that were necessary to load the page, then the page loads. Here in HTTP history, this is are all the pages that were requested. So I requested google.com. It redirected me to HTTP google.com. But I can also take a particular request. So here's the request, here's the response, right? But I can right click on a particular request, and then I can send this to repeater, right? And so the repeater, what it essentially does is it has saved this request, and now I can send it anytime I want. But before I send it, I can, I can here tamper with this request and change it to change the actual info that's being sent, right? So I can custom craft a request and then get that response back in my browser. So burp allows you to capture and manipulate HTTP requests. What else? I think for just the intro, yeah, let's just stick with proxy and repeater. On the proxy, if, for example, if let's go to another page. Let's go to Reddit. Oh, it's not intercepting HTTPS. So hold on, let me go to preferences, my proxy settings. So here I just have it, we're getting HTTP. Actually, for what we're doing in PWK, will they need to do it with HTTPS, Matt?
I don't know if there's any. I don't know if any of them have search like HTTPS running on them actually. Any of
Don't
the machines.
remember them using HTTPS, but so let's not deal with HTTPS right now. Or if we find that if we go into when we get the access to the network and we find there's HTTPS, we can go back, because you have to then set up, burp will create a certificate that you then need to install in your browser, and I don't want to do that right now. Instead, let's deal with an HTTP only site. Let's go to www.example.com and go away. Forward. If you don't want particular requests, you can also right click and go to don't intercept requests. And then there's these different options. So I can say for this particular host to this IP address. So I'm just going to say to this host, and then any other request to this host will not be intercepted. And let's get to my example.com. You can also drop requests so that they're not forwarded. So if I just drop this request, we're just going to kill that transaction. So that request was dropped, so it didn't actually go to the site. And I think I want to stop it right there. We'll get more into these options when we go deeper into web exploits. But for right now, we have 45 minutes left in the day. Just go ahead and you can use example.com, and you can also use http bin.com are two public HTTP only or HTTP sites that don't use HTTPS. So with that, I think let's stop it there. Unless, was there something else that you particularly had in mind that you want to talk about?